Today I will be teaching you how to make a ghillie boonie. What is a ghillie boonie? A ghillie boonie is a really clever kind of thing that, let's say you want to have a ghillie suit but you don't want to be super hot and you want some optionality on how you run your ghillie material, okay? Let's say you want to break up the shape of your head specifically, or let's say you want to incorporate this with a larger ghillie suit. Let's say you're a guy that likes to veg up and use natural vegetation to break up your shape, stuff like that. This is a useful tool for what I like to call ghillie modularity, okay? And this comes from my background as a Florida militia guy 10 years ago. I'm not a militia guy anymore, okay? I'm not a militia guy no more, okay? But this is just what we did 10 years ago. We would take a boonie hat like this. Now, you notice it has these things, they're already pre-done, okay? This stuff here. But what we used to do is we used to take this stuff right here, which is braided twine, and we would actually do this. We would actually do this by hand, and we would use like fabric glue. Well, these days, you don't need to do that because they have brands of boonie hats that are already ready to go for this stuff, okay? You know, the webbing is already on top, like it's already, you know, it used to be just the branch loops and the brim of the hat, and you would have to build this framework out yourself, and now it's already pre-built for that. So that's cool. We've come a long way with the boonie hats, and you know, they have the adjustable straps, so you can make it tight to your head if you want. You can make ghillie bicycle helmets, okay? What you do is you take your braided twine and you would run it through the air mesh holes, and you could make a ghillie bicycle helmet, because you know, bicycle helmets don't provide ballistic protection, they provide bump protection. So if you wanted to break up the shape of a bicycle helmet, you can also do that, and I've done that before, but we're not going to be doing that today. All right, so we're going to take our regular yarn. Now, one thing I want to point out is you notice there's like some unnaturally bright shades of green in the yarn. We're going to use a little bit of that here and there. We're going to use it sparingly though. We're going to try to avoid that, but it doesn't really matter because that really light stuff is going to get stained anyway, because the last part of this process is you really want to break it in. You want to take this thing to like an area with like black mud and you want to stain it, okay? That's actually the final process. So if some of the camo string is a little bit unnatural, like a little too bright, that's fine. What you do is you're going to run it through these tie-offs, and you're going to do this. You're going to take it to where it's like this, and you're just going to tie it in. And you do it like this, so there's 2 strands at a time. Now, I like to have big, huge strands when I do this. You know, when I do this, I like to have big, huge strands. The reason I use big, huge strands when I do this is because I can always cut it and make it shorter, okay? I can't make it longer. But you're going to be at this for a long time. This is going to take a long time to complete. And so now we're going to do some time-lapse photography. To you it may look silly, but the whole goal is to break up the shape of a human head. Combine it with natural vegetation and face paint, and it will do a very good job at that. These random earth tone strings pull away at the shape of the object and make it look less like a human. Now, I do have to break it in a little bit. I do have to stain it with mud to get rid of these unnatural light greens. The best thing to do with that is just use mud, okay? Some people use spray paint, things like that. I say just use mud, okay? Get rid of the slightly unnatural greens and tans. You can dole that out with mud, okay? It's called breaking it in. If you don't break it in, you're in trouble because these things are a little too shiny, all right? In order to get that real matte look and to have more IR resistance and stuff like that, you need to get the shine down a bit. And I use mud to do that. That's how you break it in. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that good stuff. And remember, stay hidden. Jordan Jared signing off.